Well, who cares? Who cares if somebody asks that question? But there are individuals who will try to manipulate you. And I'll eventually hit the 200 video mark. I really love those lights. They're just so handy, and you can actually get them on Amazon. They're like $15, and they're a clip-on book light, but I've used them in my van for so many things, essentially for lights. And I think one of the things that makes this van look really good are the lights. It just creates more space. And there's my little bedding area there. I'm about to go to sleep, but I was thinking of something. So yeah, I was thinking of something, and it's one of those things where it's this question that sort of pops in your mind every so often. Ever want to do something and you're thinking, should I even do this? Why do I want to do this? What's the purpose of me doing this? For example, what's the purpose of me not finding that little clicker so I can turn off my recording so I don't have to do this kind of thing? Watch. See that? If I had a clicker, I could just click on it and then it would automatically shut off. But I don't have the clicker. I lost it somewhere. So, yeah, so the question was whirling in my mind. I thought, should I do this? And sometimes there are things you want to do and you're not sure if you should do it just because there may have been some negative influences or someone was sort of like discouraging you from doing it. And sometimes one of those things is doing van life. Now I know what you're thinking, right? You're thinking, well, who cares what anybody says? And I think that's partially right. That's partially correct. But at the same time, I always ask, who's talking to you? And you have to ask the question, how well do they know you? And how well do you know them? For example, I'm going to tell you straight out that there are very, very few people that I fully trust. And that's because I trust them because I've known them for many, many years. And some I've only known for a few years, right? But I just have this gut feeling that I can trust them. People like my parents, I trust very much. So when my dad says something like, or my mom says something like, oh, maybe you might want to try doing this instead, son, I will take note because I know my dad and my parents have my best interest. I know that there are some individuals that will tell you something just to sort of like put you off, right? And I don't want to be cynical, I really don't. But there are individuals who will try to manipulate you. And, for example, I'm not saying this is what happens in every workplace, okay? But it does happen. Sometimes your employer, your boss might tell you to do something and make you think like it's the best choice for you, when in fact, it's probably the best choice for them. If you know anything about, if you've ever worked any number of years, I've been working for decades, okay? I've worked so many different types of jobs. Everything from a cleaner to a programmer, and I was also a studio director. So I think I've got some pretty decent experience with people, okay? And one thing for sure, there's a common thread, is that the thought is, and again, not every company is like this, but I'm pretty sure a lot of them are, is when it comes to things happening within the company, the person talking to you, their best interest will always be the company 99.9% of the time. And by the way, that statistic, 99.9% of the time, is figurative. It's just an expression, right? I don't exactly know, but I can tell you a lot of the times they're looking out for themselves and they're looking out for what's ever going to make them look good for the company. So if there are certain things in your job right now that you're not sure of, I always say ask people you trust. And sometimes, so those people will be your parents, and I hope they are your parents, your mom or your dad. And I know there are some scenarios where, that never happened. And, try to find somebody who you trust. Wow, this is a really roundabout way for me to try to get to the topic. Sorry, guys. Again, the tangent group strikes again. Okay, what what was I trying to say here? Oh yes, oh yes. Okay, so I went in a very roundabout way on trying to let you know. So this is what I was thinking, right? So I started up my van build, originally a no build, and then I sort of turned it into this little monstrosity of a thing. And everybody knows about my roof, my ceiling. And if I'm smart, I'm going to place a link somewhere either on that corner or in that corner. I'm not sure, but you'll get some kind of link that'll show you sort of like how this roof came about. I don't do a lot of build videos just because this YouTube was an afterthought. I didn't think I would be doing YouTube, but I realized I actually kind of like making videos. I like to sort of let people know what I'm doing, because who knows, it could help them, right? And in many ways, people who have seen my videos have actually sort of given me information, given me some help and advice that, oh wow, that's a good point. For example, one of the things that I did was I put the shore power. It was the shore power plug, okay, at the back of my van, so that I could plug it in and then my batteries would be sort of like recharged and everything. And what was really weird was the screws that came with this plug, this like little receptacle, actually would rust. They weren't stainless steel, which is really bizarre. Okay, so, and I only say stainless steel because somebody who actually saw me do the video said, hey, you know what? Maybe you should get some stainless steel screws. And I thought, that's great. Now, I would not have gotten that answer had I not posted the video, or in some cases, maybe I should have done more research. But the point is, I got information, I gave, and I got back. And that's one of the things I really like about YouTube and putting out information on this. Ah, yes, here we go. This Vanlife channel. So there's a question that comes up. There's a question that comes up that's been whirling in my mind, and I didn't know why I got rattled for it. But the question was, here's the question. The question was, does the world need another Vanlife channel? Really? I mean, seriously, everyone and their kid brother has a channel, right? And it seems almost standard procedure that when you create a van build, whether it's a no build or a full build or a budget build like mine, people make this Vanlife channel or van channel, and they start showing, hey, you know what? This is how I built stuff, right? And what's the answer to that? Does the world need another Vanlife channel? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments, okay? And really, I don't even know if there's an answer to it, because my answer to that is, well, who cares? Who cares if somebody asked that question? Who cares if somebody thinks, oh, there's already too many Vanlife channels? Because I see that a lot happening in some of the forums. For example, you know, somebody starts up and they post a link to their YouTube channel or their blog, and they're excited, obviously, and I'm excited for them, because you never know the kind of wonderful things you find in someone's channel, right? There are some channels that weren't really that helpful, but you know what? They're entertaining. And there are some channels that are incredibly instructional, but also very boring, but very informational. So there's a whole kind of like this giant ecosystem of different type of Vanlife channels. Now, there are Vanlife channels. There's usually a top 3 or a top 5 in the Vanlife channels in the States and also in Canada. You probably know a lot of them already. So, you know what? Here's something for you. Post your favorite Vanlife channel in the comments below. Okay, maybe give them some exposure, right? And I'm happy to do that. I'm not going to just make sure it's like a decent channel, like nothing crazy. Keep it family friendly. Okay, going back to the question, does the world need another Vanlife channel? Well, does the world need another type of car? Does the world need another type of van or a model, whatever, right? Does the world need another type of graphic design logo? Does the world need another computer? You know what? Whenever I hear somebody kind of complaining, the world doesn't need another XYZ, or the world doesn't need another Vanlife channel, I'm thinking, you know what? Really, who cares? I asked that question because when I was doing this, I thought, should I make a Vanlife channel? Because, people seem to be complaining that, this was like 2 years ago, by the way, that there's too many Vanlife channels. And looking back, I'm glad I ignored them. I really am. I'm glad I ignored them because having a van life channel wasn't just about me putting this stuff together, putting together content, posting it. It became more than that. There are some of you who have become sort of like Invisi friends. That when I post something, even if there's like 4 or 5 people that chime in, that's amazing to me. That's just totally amazing. Okay, there's some regulars and there's some ones that sort of like drive by comment. I've had a few trolls, and you know what? That's to be expected. But I'm really glad. I'm really happy. I started up this van life channel. Had I listened to individuals who were saying, "Oh, the world doesn't need another van life channel," I don't think I would have been as happy as I am today. I am extremely happy. I'm extremely happy that I have a van life channel, because you know why? Looking back at my videos, and to date, I think I've posted about 160 videos, and my goal is probably around 200 videos. So that's my goal. So right now, I've got about 160, and I should be doing some more videos later on. And I'll eventually hit the 200 video mark eventually, because I think it also includes the shorts as well. So I think by that time, by the time I hit 200 videos, it'll be pretty cool. So I don't know what my 200th video will be, but I hope it's going to be something pretty good. You know what? Wait a second. What did I say? 160 videos? I have more videos than that. Yeah, I do. So in terms of this van life channel, right? So the question or the assertion was that the world doesn't need another van life channel. You know what? If making a van life channel is going to make you happy, make one. Do one. Put one together. Whether you're going to have one video or 100 videos or 200 videos or 1,000 videos, it doesn't matter. If you're going to do it for you. Okay, make sure you love it. I think you have to have a passion for this stuff. And your passions could be different. It could be like you just like the fact that you're documenting along the way. Like this van life channel for me was an afterthought. Had I from the beginning planned to have a van life channel, I definitely would have videotaped or filmed rather videotaped. I would have filmed my builds. That way I have some more very useful videos. But I didn't do that. It was months later that I realized, maybe I should make a van life channel. That'd be pretty cool, And now I am so glad that I did, because now looking back, I could see my van from the very beginning when it was like, not what it is right now, to where it is now, which, I'm very happy and very proud of. So, there's always some improvements, right? But I can see just looking back, and not just me, I could share this with other people as well. When people want to know more about, hey, how did you put this thing together? I tell them, you know what? Check out my videos. It's all there. I'm not getting massive amounts of traffic. I'm not getting massive amounts of views, but that's, YouTube isn't a way for me to actually make money, okay? Because I work full time. I mean, there are very, very few people that actually make a living from YouTube. And if you can make a living from YouTube, you know what, dude? Fantastic. I'm really happy for you. I truly am happy for you. For this channel, I consider it something that more of a hobby, okay? But at the same time, hey, if somehow it blows up and, everything gets really big, then I'd be very happy with that. Okay, I think it's time to cut it short. Some dude is like walking around my van. What is it with these, like every time I do these things, I think maybe they kind of hear me talking, right? They sort of just show up. It's probably him taking off right now. Anyway, guys, thanks very much. Thanks for listening. I really appreciate you visiting me. And yeah, remember, you're awesome. And if you want to start up a van life channel, by all means, do it. You're going to have a great time. And again, you can put up one video or you can put up 1,000 videos. Make sure you're doing it for you. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye. I don't know if I want to post that video. I thought I would just film it. I'm not sure if I'm going to post it. You know, I've got a bunch of videos that I haven't posted at all. I have about a dozen or so that I've done in the past couple of years, or ever since I started this YouTube channel, that I kind of didn't want to post, and for whatever reason, because maybe it's stupid, or yeah, I don't think it's relevant. But I don't know. I don't think I'll post this video. We'll see what happens. But I'm really glad, I'm really happy I started up this van life channel. Had I listened to individuals who were saying, oh, the world doesn't need another van life channel, I don't think I would have been as happy as I am today.